In today's video, I am going to be fishing with and unboxing the world's ultimate fishing mystery box. I'm excited. So here we have the MTB Ultimate Mystery Tackle Box. So I picked up this box on Carl's Bait and Tackle. I think this is the only place you can get the Ultimate Mystery Tackle Box. I haven't seen them in stores. I haven't seen anyone else do a video on them. I think I paid like $40 or $60 for it. I think originally the box is anywhere from $60 to $80, but I think they say the value is $110. And I gotta say, the reviews on this box aren't so, agreeing in that sense of this is worth $110. So we'll have to see what's in it. This is not sponsored, by the way, if y'all couldn't tell. I just wanted to make that very clear. This is not sponsored. This is not sponsored. This is not. We have the box cam for you guys, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Wow. There's a lot of lures in this box. Y'all can see there's a lot of lures in the box, like right here. Okay, now we're gonna get into this box full of high quality. As y'all can see, we got some pretty cool stuff in there. Right off the rip, we have the mini Zinger. Not bad, not bad. Looks like a decent quality spinner bait. Let me show all the cameras. Not bad. The white and chartreuse. I think it's like $6 or something on Carl's. Lure number 2 in this box full of quality, we have the Weston Whopper Plopper. The next bait we have is the Fish Oni lures. I love what they're doing with their branding. I guess their little motto is I'd hit that. That's what it says. It says that right there. Gosh! Bait number 3, we have the Flat Banger. Lure number 5, we have a jerk bait, which this is so far my favorite in the whole box. I know I said the crawls were, but in honesty, I just like the I'd hit that part of the bait, but other than that, I would not hit that. Lure number 6, and right off the bat, not bad looking, we got the Ketchco Bugs Square Bill. We have the Yodo worm, and this is actually a good bait. I gotta give it to Ketchco for this one. They actually created a good bait with this right here. This is perfect for a chatterbait. It's a solid product that they have put out. Bait number 8, we have a little Callan's Jig 3/8, black and blue. Next lure, we have the all-purpose Sparky Jig, Mustad Ultra Point. Oh, so there's a Mustad hooked on this. I don't know if you know this or not, but you put a jig in a bag. Your lure is in a bag. Fishing lure number 10. Number 10, this is a really decent looking topwater. This looks like we have TS-115. If y'all, this is a very famous, infamous lure of the TS-115. Why? ARK topwater spook. Not bad. It's a pretty decent quality looking spook. I looked at the prices and I think this was like $10 or something. This is fishing lure number 10. I think we're kind of past counting at this point. Let's go. Another jerkbait. Look at this. That is about like the same size. Yeah, it's like the same size and similar in colors as well. Like they're both lighter colors. So really giving us some diversity in this box. I really appreciate that. Thanks, Ketchco. We have the Baker Lures. Never heard of them before in my life. 90% of these brands in this box. But still, trout, perch, bass, and walleye. Lure number... We're not counting lures anymore. I said that in the last one, Tyler. Get it right. The next lure we have is the Weston swim baits. I've gotten these before. They're kind of saucy. Not bad, not bad. I think we can definitely catch fish on these today. It might be a little bit tough, but I think the small profile of these little swim baits, I think is gonna be perfect for these bass if we're just slowly swimming it. Coming down to the wire, we have 3 lures left. Let's actually look at the pamphlets. We got the Dibble. I like that. They put a clown hat on a clownfish. They're like staying on brand. In all seriousness, guys, this box is kind of a waste of money. What lures you want to fish with, go buy them yourself, because I feel like you're getting a lot of lures. Like, for example, this lure. I would never buy this unless you're fishing in like a pond or a lake that has a lot of craws in it, and specifically this really odd kind of transparent watermelon purple color. It's very, very odd. If this was a better color, I would say yes. Like, I don't understand, why would you put those there? That makes no sense to me. We're just gonna have to see how the action looks like, and we will test all these baits. Next lure, we have the X Zone Lures. I think it's a cool company because they sponsor Brandon Palaniuk, so like they gotta be good, or they're just using his likeness to make money. Wait a minute. They've been doing that this whole time, but not bad baits. They actually look really quality. They actually came in a good color as well. I don't think we're gonna catch any fish on this today because these bass are super slow lethargic. Like, this is a really, really big bait. We're gonna throw it. We're gonna look at the action of it. We're gonna look at all these baits. I don't think we're gonna catch fish on it though. I don't think I'm gonna throw it for too long today, but we'll have to see. That is the next bait. We have 2 baits left. We got a headbanger, rocker head. This is basically, I'm gonna be using this today so y'all can see it. If y'all have ever gotten one of these things, I'm gonna show y'all how to fish with this lure. It's just basically to make noise. If y'all know what a chatterbait is and how it works, the blade vibrates and moves, and that's essentially what this does, but you can put a soft plastic on. Oh. Dang, finally, something that's like decent. We got some Senkos. That's all we need to catch fish today. We just need some Senkos. We got the jerkbait, we got Senkos. I think we're gonna catch fish today. That is it for this box. Alrighty, so now we're going to tie up our first lure of the day. And I think just to start out, I think we're just gonna get a setup on that is gonna catch fish. I think jerkbait and Senko, that's what we're gonna go with. Either we have 2 different jerkbaits to choose from. So we have this jerkbait or we have this one. So I'm trying to think. It's a pretty clean water pond. So I think we're actually gonna go with this guy. It's a little bit more reflective. Cracking it open, look at this guy. It feels pretty cheap, I'm not gonna lie. Tying it up, just with how the conditions are setting up today, Ned rig is our best bet. And I think we're just gonna do this, catch a couple fish, and then we're gonna be running through these baits a little bit later in the video. Lake Fork Trophy Lures. Lures with an attitude. Ooh, we're gonna pop on. It's got good action. It's got good action. It's unique. I've never seen a Senko done like this. Ooh, look at that. It's a little bit smaller than I would have liked. But you know, not saying small is bad or anything. Finally getting down to the pond, y'all. I think we're just gonna start out. First cast, I think we're gonna go with the Ned. Not really having any luck on the Ned rig out the gate. I thought we would have had some luck there. I think we're gonna switch up, go with the jerkbait. Jerkbait will be able to tell us real quick if they're gonna eat it or not, because normally with a jerkbait, like, you catch them super fast, super quick. Once we get in the right little spot where I feel confident that we're around some fish, what does this jerkbait look like? It's not bad. I will say that, y'all. It's not that bad. It seems pretty bad. It seems pretty terrible out the gate, but it's not that bad. Oh, there we go. That's a fish, y'all. That's a fish. Got. I lost him. I lost him because I suck. I suck at fishing. That's what happens. That's what happens when you suck. Never mind, he's back. Nope. We're just gonna forget that happened. Oh, that's a fish, y'all. That's a fish. Got him. That's a giant. That's a nice one. Get up here. Oh, my drag wasn't safe. Get up here. Oh, he choked it. Let's go. Look at that, first fish of the day. Nice, first fish of the day, right in front of this drain on the little Ned. That's a good sign, that's a good sign. My drag wasn't set, that's why I lost him the first time. I'll let him go. Oh, he's peeing. Oh yeah, they're spawning. They're spawning right there. Right in front of this drain, y'all. Last time I was here, there was a lot of bluegill spawning right around this drain. I actually caught a couple. I feel like the fish are just kind of dotted up right here. First fish of the day, not a bad one. Probably like a 1.5 2 pound fish. Oh, there we go, we got another one. You choking it? He still has it. Got him, let's go, y'all. Another one on the Ned. Oh, that's funny. They're stacked up right here. Yeah, when it gets cold like this, they will just group up in little places like this. That's funny. On the little Ned, I knew the Ned was gonna get it done for us today. Kind of wanted to get a couple fish going. Energy's good. And then we'll switch over to some of these other baits. One thing I don't like is this jerkbait dives incredibly deep. It's hitting the bottom like super quick, which I don't really like. This is a pretty shallow pond. A little difficult to get this jerkbait to not dive as deep. I did spook like a nice one that swam out of here. Like, they are stacked up. And this time of year, like when it gets cold out, they will just stack up in one little spot. And I feel like that's what they're doing. It's kind of telling me like 90% of this pond is gonna suck, except for this little spot and a few other little nuanced little spots. These bass are just right there, y'all, right there. Next cast. That's a nice one. That's a nice one, y'all. Let's go, get up here. Another fish on the Ned. Check it out. This box is catching them up. Not really, I just said that for the intro. Ooh, he's been caught before, look at that. Like, just, what is going on, y'all? The Mystery Tackle Box Ultimate Box is everything you've come to love about MTB, but bigger and better. Each Ultimate Box contains $110 worth of the best quality fishing lures on the market. It also includes expert content and fishing tips to help you learn new techniques and catch more fish. This box is the ultimate fishing gift for the angler in your life. Or buy it for yourself, we won't tell. Yeah, it's not quite all that, I would say. Maybe a little bit of that, or maybe less than that, like less than a little bit of that. It's definitely not all that. Oh, there we go, on the jerkbait. No way, that's a nice one. Get up here, on the jerkbait. What the heck? I did not think I was gonna, oh gosh. And that's okay. Okay, that's a good sign. That means that these fish are feeding up a little bit. They're willing to eat the jerkbait. Just walking over this bridge, y'all, and I see a frick ton of bait. Like, the amount of bait on this side of the pond is insane. Now, I've actually never fished this side over here. It looks super fire though. The key with the jerkbait, y'all, is just jerking it hard. That's like literally the best way to get it to come through the water. This is how hard you want to jerk it. Hopefully no one saw that. Alrighty, back to the car. Gonna rig up a few different baits here. I'm trying to think what these fish could eat. I'm thinking the swim bait, that's definitely an option at that little spot there. I wanna see what baits I could probably catch him on. I don't know about the jerkbait. We've already been throwing the jerkbait. Haven't had any luck with that. Yodo worms, I don't know. I'm trying to think here. Oh, the jig. I think the swim bait, the little swim bait, and the jig so far is gonna be the deal. And like, what could I put on the back of the jig? I guess I could put one of these little guys on it. Oh yeah, we could definitely catch them on the jig and these little swim baits here. So for little swim baits like this, you really don't want just a hook and a weight on it. You want like a little swim bait head or a little jig head, just like this guy. We're gonna crack these guys open, rig it up, and that's gonna be our setup for these little Weston swim baits. They look pretty good, but the overall quality of them is not there. But hey, I think it'll catch some fish for us. Ooh, saucy jig. Okay, I gotta compare jigs here. This is the Callan's Black and Blue Cast Stalker. Okay, that's not good. Okay, and now we have Phoenix little bag swim bait here. See what it's all about. Cracking it open. Ooh, do we go with the bag swim bait? Wow, are they the exact same head? Okay, no, they're different heads. I don't like how it's kind of cupped in. I think a lot of muck and stuff's gonna get on the bottom with this bait. I think we're gonna go this guy. It is a little heavy, but I feel like if we get in that little area where there's shell, we'll be good to go. Just because today is so tough, we wanna make this jig as small as possible. So we're gonna be trimming, we're gonna be doing a number on this skirt. A little cut here, a little cut there. Look at this little baby jig now. We got a little baby jig. Now we're going to be seeing what these guys are all about. Let's see. Oh my gosh, these things are horrendous. These guys suck. Scott Martin taught me this. When you have a crawl and a little tails flapping there, it kind of keeps the bait from falling as fast. But if you got like a Senko or a stick bait, that bait is like a little dart. So if you want it to fall slower, go with the crawl. You want it to fall faster, you go with the stick bait. Scott Martin taught me that. Gosh dang right. That looks pretty pitiful. It looks pretty awful. It's not my fault though. It's not my fault. It's Ketchco. I blame Ketchco for this atrocity. Y'all, I don't know if you can see that. It looks pretty fire. That crawl looking bait that I roasted so hard looks really amazing on this jig. Oh, that looks pretty fire. That swim bait looks pretty good. That swim bait looks fire. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. On the swim bait. Let's go. Look at that. Oh man, he throttled that thing. Jeez. Look at that on the little swim bait. That's cool. Okay, the action of the swim bait did look fire. I did think I was gonna catch one on it. The jig, however, they just don't seem to want. Right at the little drain though. I knew the little swim bait looks just like all the bait that are in this pond. So it blends in pretty well and it just looks like food for these bass. These bass are just like, oh, that's a bait fish, boom. Alrighty, y'all. Next pond, going over, actually tied up the Googan Zinger. Gonna try the old little spinnerbait here. Cool little fountain pond we got. We got some reeds, we got arrowheads. Can't forget the fountain, we got the fountain. So we also got the jig, of course. Yeah, this looks insane, y'all. Water's pretty dirty. There we go, there we go. That feels like a nice one. That feels like a giant. Oh my gosh, on the spinnerbait. Stay on, stay on, stay on. Let's go! Let's freaking go. What the? What are you? On the zinger though, not bad. That's lure number 4 eliminated out of the 10 if we were going for the slam. Let's freaking go on the Googan zinger. The Googan bait actually catching fish. I'm kind of surprised. The spinner bait is actually not a bad bait. That's a good sign. Water's warming up a little bit. It's a little bit later in the day. Oh, another one just busts on bait. We might catch the fish this cast. Got him, y'all. Got him. Let's go. Get up here. Another fish on the zinger. Look at that. Changed spots. Got a little bit closer to the fountain. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. Fish number 3. Look at that on the zinger. All right, last stop of the day. We're gonna be ranking each lure that we have not fished with on a scale of 1 to 10, and we are going to throw them in the pond, see what the action looks like on some of these baits, because I'm super curious myself. I have not fished with any of these lures before. Alrighty, so we have a lot of baits that we haven't fished with yet. We've already looked at the jig, and with this combination right here and this bait in general, I gotta give this a good, I'd say 6 out of 10. It's got decent action. It's not the best lure in the world. I don't really like the density of the plastic. It's a little too hard. The jig itself, it's a jig, 7 out of 10. You know, it works, it gets by as a jig. Alrighty, we have successfully rigged this little lure up. I'll show y'all what it looks like in the water. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna say this looks pretty terrible. It doesn't really have good action whatsoever. I don't know if I'm just using it wrong. I've never actually fished with one of these before. Do I just straight reel it? When I straight reel it, it doesn't look that good. When I'm popping it up off the bottom, it doesn't look that good. Like, it has good action on the sink, I'll say that. So like when I'm pitching it and it sinks down, it has good action. Nothing against the creature bait I have on. I think the creature bait is great, but I think the overall technique, I don't know if it's a really good wobble headed or anything. It doesn't seem like it's a good wobble head because it doesn't have great action. Not a huge fan of the wobble head personally, so I'm probably gonna give it 3 out of 10 on the rig itself. The actual craw is super cool. I really like X-Zone Lures. They actually have some really cool products. I'll give the craw 7 out of 10. Good craw. I mean, does its job. You know, has good action, good color. We have some cool top waters right here. I'm actually gonna break open the spook, little ARK TS 115 spook. Look at this guy. Okay, so far it's not gonna get a good score just because I can tell the build quality of it is not that good. It's pretty lacking in the build quality section department. Transparent, it's good color. It just feels really cheap. I already know what the action's gonna look like. It's gonna look pretty basic. It's gonna just go like a spook would do. Well, you know, we'll throw it in the water. We'll give it a chance. So to rank the baits I've already fished with, the Googan Zinger, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, it is Googan. It is a decent spinner bait though, can catch fish. What else do we have? The little swim bait, that's a fire little bait. I'm gonna give that 8 out of 10. That's a fire bait paired with a little jig head is the way to go. And the jerk bait. The jerk bait, didn't really like the quality, didn't like that it dove super deep when you were working it. Did not like that. We still caught some fish on it though, so I'm gonna give it about a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10, quality's not there. Now to see the spook. It's got some good weight to it, casts pretty well. You know, it's a spook. Like it's got good action. Like there's not you can't really get a spook wrong. I don't like the build quality. I almost feel like I'm about to break it on like, you know, after a couple fish, I feel like it's a bait that could just crack. Overall, 7 out of 10. Next lure we're gonna go with is the Flat Banger by Googan Squad. Trying to be unbiased when it comes to ranking these baits, but just ranking off of experience and from fishing with other high quality lures. That's what like I'm ranking it, is like versus high quality fishing lures. We would be comparing this to probably like Lucky Craft or something like that. Let's see what the action looks like on this thing. I like the wobble. Ooh. It looks pretty saucy. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've never fished with this bait before in my life, but oh, right there! Let's go! Oh my gosh! No way! We're literally like reacting to this thing. Okay, you know what? You know what? We gotta do it. 10 out of 10. We're giving it a 10. Like, I threw it in there, I actually really like the action, and we literally caught a bass just to look at it, to give it a ranking. Okay, that's freaking nuts. We caught a bass while ranking this lure. I gotta give it a 10 out of 10. That is insane on the Googan Flat Banger. My second cast ever with this bait, and we caught a fish. Let's freaking go. Nice little release. Moving on to the next bait, which we might actually catch a fish on this bait. We have the jerk bait. Not a huge fan of the last jerk bait we got. I'm really hoping the build quality on this guy is a little bit better. It doesn't seem like it is. It seems decent, but it doesn't seem like super crazy. It's got decent action, actually. Oh, looks like a bass was looking at for a minute. I kind of like the action of this thing. It's better than the other jerkbait. I gotta say that. And I think I gave the other jerkbait a 6 out of 10 is what I'm thinking. Is that what I gave it? I think I'll do this jerkbait right and I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Let's move on to, might as well just knock out the last moving bait. I'm pretty sure this is the last moving bait. We have Ketchco's square bill. It's called a Bugs Gill. Ooh, that's crazy, y'all. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a square bill that looks like this. It's got like a matte finish on it. That's crazy. Black and yellow. I don't think we're gonna catch any fish in this pond, but I'm very curious to see what this bait looks like. Build quality isn't there. This bait could crack on like your 5th fish. That's just what it feels like in my hand. Alrighty, what does Ketchco's little square bill look like? It doesn't look bad. Looks like a pretty normal square bill. Don't have too much to add on this bait. It feels good. I like the vibrations coming back up from the bait. The hooks aren't terrible. Pretty basic hooks that you see in a lot of square bill crankbaits. It's bouncing off of the bottom really nicely, I gotta say. I almost fell in there. Probably gonna give Ketchco's square bill 7 out of 10. We have like another jig we haven't looked at, but a jig is a jig. I'm just gonna rate it just by looking at it. Let me actually put it in my hand so I can feel the quality of it. It's like a pretty basic flipping jig, it looks like. I don't like the quality of the skirt. Quality of the skirt is not that good. Color is pretty good, PB&J, 6 out of 10. And last but not least, actually, I think is the Yodo worm. This bait is super, super cool in the water. I think I already know what rating I'm gonna give this bait. Look at this thing. Like, just look at the action of that. That looks insane. Oh, it's got this nasty smell to it. Oh my gosh. Yodo worm on the Ned actually is not a bad idea. It's just such a big profile. Not sure if y'all can see, but the action is insane. I'm sorry, I would be doing underwater footage or something like that. Yeah, I already know, y'all. I don't even have to look at this bait too thoroughly. Like, Yodo worm, 9 out of 10. Pink whopper plopper. Seeing as I have had some experience with this bait and watching Caden struggle fishing with it all day long, and he could just barely caught a fish by sanding down the bottom of this bait because it's pink. It's not a horrible whopper plopper. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. So I'm gonna be rating the ultimate box. If I had to give it a rating, hate to do it, I hate to do this, a 7 out of 10. For quality, quantity, the amount of the lure's worth, I think it is a 7 out of 10. It is a solid box for just your everyday pond fisherman. It's not a horrible box, it's not a bad, it actually has like somewhat decent lures in it, mixed in with some not so decent lures. I personally would not buy it. I would not buy it, but I have a little bit more experience with fishing, so I can kind of look at the bait section and I can be like, oh, I need this lure, I need this lure, I need this lure. If you don't know that, this comes with everything, so this is for you. But this is not sponsored whatsoever, not sponsored.